I barely got a wink of sleep last night. I'm exhausted, but I was up all night just trying to think about the game, because my mind is running like a freaking turnstile and I can't stop. And I'm trying to think about what are the best ways to go forward now. And that's when a plan came to my mind. Psst. We need to talk. Okay. Listen, I'm glad you all got up to see me. Look, even though it's an individual game, you still can't get far unless you keep relationships, right? Yeah, Now I know we've had some hardships as of late, but wouldn't it make sense for the 6 of us to just stick together? You mean to keep our alliance? Yes, to keep a post-merge Aiku alliance, the 6 of us. That way, the 4 of them will get voted off first, and the 6 of us will stay strong.
I mean, that's not a terrible idea, but how can I trust you?
Superior, I know there have been some hardships between us, but this could benefit all 6 of us. We can go to the final 6 right here, make those 4 go out first. It is a logical move, and they wouldn't see it coming.
Streak wants everyone from the former Aiku to go to the final 6, which is great for Streak, but this is an individual game now. I'm not gonna follow Streak's orders anymore. If I'm gonna stick with the former Aikus, then it's because I want to stick with the former Aikus.
We can solve whatever happened between us later, but for now, let's just stick to the final 6.
So we're all in agreement?
Yep,
Yeah. Oh no. So I woke up to the sound of what sounded like a town meeting. Half the Kabigan tribe just talked together a lot. In fact, everyone who was once an Aiku was talking. Hey, Eric.
Yeah?
Okay, come on. Guys, wake up. We gotta talk.
Apparently Shadow woke up to hearing the former members of Aiku discussing an alliance, and that put me on red alert right away. I thought this was an individual game now.
Look, I'm telling you guys, I overheard them talking, and it sounds like the 6 of them are gonna create a giant voting block. Typical strategy. Stick with what you know. I mean, it was mainly coming from that border collie, Streak. That's his name, right? Streak? He was the one who was making a lot of the calls.
He is the leader, after all. Well, how do you know that? Do you remember back on day 10 and day 11 when I got kidnapped during that one reward challenge and I stayed with the Aiku tribe?
Yeah, so what?
One of their former tribe-mates informed me that Streak is the one who is the leader of the tribe.
Yeah, do you remember on the first day when Streak was elected to be the leader of the tribe during the schoolyard picking? Well, he's kind of just been carrying that role, and we've let him... He's been guiding us a lot through most of the challenges and camp life, and it's been a great asset having him around.
He's running the show, and I think he still wants to keep his leadership.
That information I received a long time ago is finally paying off now. I didn't think much of it then, but now, Dal, that little white bear Dal, was telling the truth. Streak is running the show, and he wants to keep his control.
Look, I don't know if we can sway any of them to our side, but if those 6 are going to stay together, then the 4 of us have to stay tight too. You guys can trust me. Eric, we've been friends since the beginning. I'm in.
Like I just said, stick with what you know. I'm in for it.
What about you, Shadow?
Yeah, sure.
Where's he going? Shadow, come on. What's going on?
Eric, I trust you full-heartedly.
Yeah?
But I don't trust those 2. You cannot sit here and tell me that if we were to stay on Otari, if we hadn't merged, that those 2 would not have voted for me.
I cannot confirm what Chun-Li and Beth would have done, but I promise that I would not have.
Even so, I'm just so happy to see other dogs again, and I want to work with them.
If Streak has them wrapped around his paw, then you can't.
Eric, I don't trust Chun-Li and Beth, plain and simple.
But you do trust me.
Yeah.
You know, Shadow, right here, right now, I'm gonna make a swearing oath to you. You trust me, right? So if the 4 of us stay together, you, me, Chun-Li, and Beth, and we can somehow convince the Aikus to turn on each other, and the 4 of us stick together, I promise, guaranteed, I will take you to the final 3.
So you'll take me over them?
To a degree, I trust you more than them. You're the most humble person here.
Final 3?
Final 3.
Okay. Then I'm in. I still don't trust Beth and Chun-Li for a second, but I do truly trust Eric. And that I'm going to take to the bank, because right now Eric is my best ally right now. And if he needs me to stay with him, then for now I'll stay with him. You guys alright?
Yeah, just trying to sort some stuff out. Now the big conflict. Convincing the 6 of them to turn on each other.
My seeds of doubt have been planted, and now could be the time for me to make a move. You know, it's an individual game now, so now the strongest people are now the biggest threats and the people you have to take out. And I still know that there's some rifts between Superior and Streak from what happened at the last Tribal Council. So I decided to capitalize on that. Being honest, Superior, how do you really feel about going to the final 6? Asaiku. I mean, some of them I really trust, some of them I really don't. Listen, I just want to confirm that it was completely Streak's idea to vote you out. I know that, I know. He proved that he can't be trusted. His head is too into the game. Do you want to align yourself with someone like that? Sounds like you don't. But here's the problem, Goldie. I really trust Chris, and I trust Rainer, and I trust you. You know, you 3 kept me in the game. Look, Aiku staying together is a good move for Streak, but is it necessarily a good move for us? What are you thinking? I don't know, that's why I'm asking you. I had a really good talk with Goldie, and it made me really wonder if sticking with Aiku is the best choice. I mean, I don't want to, I'm gonna have to talk to Chris. Hey, Chris, can I talk to you? Yeah, sure. Being honest, I don't know if sticking with Aiku is the best plan for me. Look, Superior, I know I've already said this a lot, but you can trust me. Okay? Of course, Chris, I'm holding nothing over your head for what happened. Is sticking with Aiku really the best choice? I mean, it's obviously Streak's best option. Well, let's play the hypothetical game. Say we don't stick with Aiku, then what do you suggest we do? And that's what I'm contemplating. It's everyone's game now, so it's wide open season. Yeah, but we don't really know any of the Otaris. Can we trust them? Superior's definitely been contemplating whether or not he should not stick with our group. I want to stick with the group, even though I don't think Streak's methods are always effective. He's still in my Dogpack Alliance, him, Jay, and Rainer. And I would love for Superior to stay with that, then that means we can go to the final 5, so it does serve my interest that Aiku stays together. I just need Superior to see that. Look, we usurped Streak once. He does not have full authority over us anymore. I'm not gonna let him run our game. But you do want to stick with him. At this point, yes. Do you trust me? You know I do. It's a crazy game, isn't it? Sure is. You gotta look at the bigger picture now, Goldie. Anything could happen. I know that. Are you looking at big picture or small picture? Being honest. Both. That Streak guy, he sure is pretty powerful. Certainly is. He sure loves to keep his control. That you didn't have to live with him for 18 days straight. We're at a point now where it's beyond Aiku and Atari, and I know you know that. I'm just thinking about this game as a whole, you know? Is Tribal Alliance gonna be a thing? And if it is that the best thing, you know, for me? Well, I like you. If you ever have any thoughts, you can come talk to me. This game, I think, is about to take a whirlwind of a turn, because Beth said that if I have any thoughts, come talk to her. I don't want to sound like, to make it clear, I'm not saying that I'm going to betray the Aikus, but I have to look at the bigger picture. I have been wanting Streak out of this game for a while now. This is an opportunity to do it, but the cost could be great. It most certainly is an individual game now.